Thank you, Stefan, for all these tributes, and thank you. Thank you, Stefan, and Arianespace team and Vega team for this mission success. We'll know in the middle of the night how healthy PERUSAT is when the station will see the satellite for the first time. Let's be prudent, but this is already a great success. I must say this is a great emotion for all of us, our Peruvian and Franco team, CONIDA and Airbus Defence and Space. As a matter of fact, this program was so quick that there was no time to prepare for this emotion of the success in the end. This last step of the launch is coming too quickly, but really it's a great emotion. So thank you very much, Arianespace, again. The trust that we gave you is justifying the trust that CONIDA gave us, and I think this is the logic, absolutely logic in that way. Thank you as well, Arianespace, because out of the 7 Vega, Airbus Defence and Space has flown 5 of them, and 2 of them, and 3 with this one, for export customers. So you are part of the success of Airbus Defence and Space, being the first Earth observation export actor in the world. And without a reliable launcher, this could not exist. We need that. Thank you for the Peruvian French team, CONIDA, Airbus Defence and Space, but last but not least, CNES and DGA, who have helped us to success for that. I must admit this is almost a full new space launch tonight. New space because this launcher is quite young. 7 is a good figure. 7 is the wise age in France. When you get 7, you are supposed to be wise. And this launcher has got a great life in front of it, I'm sure, especially with the new one, launch the VEGA'S, which is expected. Of course, it's a new space because of Terra Bella. Attempting to do this constellation of high resolution is absolutely great. But I must admit that between these 2 teams and Airbus Defence and Space, who is daring to go for less than 2 years for this very important PERUSAT contract, and who is daring as well, you may have known that from the announcement, recent announcement, to go for very high resolution constellation very soon, 2020. These are great challenges that only new space would dare to attempt. So thank you to all, and thank you again to Arianespace and the team.
Buenas noches a todos los presentes.
Good evening to everyone. Well, I'd like to speak in French.
For the people from Kourou, we are from Peru, in the other side of the continent, South America, in front of Pacific. But to get here, I have flown to Paris and then again to here. But these efforts, after this success, is nothing. No? I want to speak now in Spanish because I want to talk about not only the spacecraft, the satellite, you know, I want to speak about something about my country, why we need an Earth observation satellite. And I'm going to repeat in the morning, I said some facts of my country. Oh, the button is, I'm speaking English. I'm going to change. Okay. Esta mañana tuve la oportunidad de señalar
This morning,
que
I had the opportunity of, sharing with you that for the Peruvian people, some, dreams become reality someday, and this is one of those moments. This dream has now become reality. We've now entered into space. This is not only about injecting a satellite into orbit, but this is about operating, making use of this satellite to guarantee the development and the safety of our country. And therefore, this is an effort we've accomplished with the support of the French government, along with organizations such as CNES, ESA, along with the Ministry of Defense, the DGA, in concrete terms, are very simply they all participated into this common effort, this joint effort with along with Arianespace, making sure that this dream could be turned into reality. We had this dream in 2006 at the political level. A number of steps were made, and this is a tremendous moment, a historical moment for our country. Peru has now entered the international space community thanks to the most powerful satellite of Latin America. Peru accounts for over 20 million square kilometers. This is about double the size of France. And our geography is quite offers many peculiarities. We have mountains, jungle, coastal areas where survival is at times a difficult endeavor. And we have a wide variety of climates, with 95 out of the 104 climates existing around the world. We have a tremendous variety of altitudes where we can have farming, we can have many kinds of potatoes which we grow, and we can also grow food used for diets, for food for astronauts. Quinoa is a case in point. And we have many maritime areas, coastal areas with wide varieties of species. Fauna and flora is key. We must guarantee the protection of these flora and fauna. The tropical rainforest covers a wide area in Peru, and we need to preserve these in the face of a number of issues. We are faced with notably illegal mining, logging, deforestation, so we need to monitor all of these activities. We need to monitor our heritage, what constitutes our past, our history, but whilst not only being turned towards the past, but into the future. Looking ahead, and with this launch and this satellite, and now, if we look at Peru, thanks to this satellite, we are going to be on the map as Latin American countries. We have a presence in Antarctica, and we are known for a tropical rainforest, and we are now going to become a space country. Our country is now into space, and this is what we are celebrating today. And PERUSAT is a satellite which will make it possible for us to go beyond, to go further into the stars, towards the stars. And to conclude with, I'd like to quote two Peruvian citizens. First of all, Pedro Paulete, a scientist, a chemist. He studied at the Sorbonne University in Paris. He studied chemistry and developed a liquid propellant with the nitrogen peroxide. And with the fourth stage of Vega, precisely we use this propellant type. And we also have a variety of books, which where the name of the scientist has been quoted. So I believe it is important for us to bear his name in mind for what he developed quite some time ago with these liquid propellant. And the second Peruvian figurehead, which I like to give the name of, is George Jarif. He was born in Paris. He registered at the Peruvian consulate in Paris. He was an aviator, and he flew over the Alps for the first time. And he was a pioneer, and he unfortunately, when landing, he had an accident, and when he crash landed, he said, well, let's always look always up towards the stars, and we're now in the stars, in space. Thank you very much indeed for this, and to the European community. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Luc Vincent. I'm an engineering director at Google and responsible for our efforts around imagery. And since summer of 2014, this has included the Terra Bella team, a team we acquired after they started from Stanford roots in 2009. And so I'm fairly new to the space business, yet I think I know a historic moment when I see one, and I think this has been a pretty historic launch this evening. Not only has the launch been absolutely flawless, and by the way, we got confirmation that all 4 SkySats are alive, have been pinged on first pass. The orbit was awesome. Thank you, thank you. But also, this is, to my knowledge, the first time that 5 commercial sub-meter high-resolution imaging satellites were launched in a single launch, right? That is a historic event. So congratulations to all those of you who made this happen. This would not happen, obviously, without an amazing team of people, you know, both at Terra Bella and partners, probably hundreds of people altogether. I'd like to, thank a few of them. First of all, I'd like to recognize Avio and friends for building such an amazing rocket. This is such a beautiful, piece of equipment, 7 in a row now. Go Vega. Of course, I'd like to recognize also SSL, our partner for manufacturing these satellites. To my knowledge as well, this is the first time that high-res imaging satellites were produced in kind of a production line as opposed to one at a time. So this is pretty unique, and that was an amazing effort. Thank you very much. Arianespace, of course, has been an amazing partner for us. As Stefan Israel said earlier, they have an amazing track record of reliability. They are a premium launcher. We've loved working with them, and it's been really our pleasure, a great collaboration. And last but not least, I'd like to also thank all the Terra Bellans, all the people from the Terra Bella team that have been so amazingly creative to come up with these amazing design of satellites. They also have poured their heart and soul into this project, and in the past few months especially, I've worked super hard to be able to get to this stage and this success. So awesome team all around. So I've been at Google for about 10 years now, and the past 10 years, I've actually 12 years, and I've been involved in sort of organizing geographic information, in particular organizing it from imagery. And the team is responsible for imagery captured by our users, by cars, like Street View, by airplanes, and by satellites, right? And now with these 4 extra satellites, that gives a Terra Bella constellation 7 satellites that will contribute to this vision, to this effort of sort of organizing the world, mapping the world from imagery. So we have, I think, the largest commercial coordinated constellation of high-res satellites. And this will enable us to have unprecedented capability to revisit places on a daily basis. So places that matter, we can hopefully take pictures of them daily with this constellation, and hopefully even more often once we have more satellites. So this is unique. I think this will fuel product innovation for years to come, and I'm extremely excited about it. And with this, I will turn it over to Bob there from SSL. Thank you very much.
Wow, what a great launch. I think it was kind of a night of lucky sevens hard work sevens, and that it's the seventh success of Vega, the seventh launch of the year for Arianespace, and expanding the Terra Bella constellation to 7 satellites. So that all worked in our favor, I think, tonight. Congratulations to everybody who worked so hard to make tonight's launch a success. You know, SSL has launched literally hundreds of satellites, but we never take for granted how much hard work it takes by hundreds and sometimes thousands of people to make it a success and to bring a single satellite into orbit, never mind several satellites on the same launch. So thank you, Luke, and Terra Bella and Google team for putting your trust in SSL and giving us the opportunity to work together on this innovative satellite platform for Earth observation. The Terra Bella team, led by Mike Trela, Joe Rothenberg, Mark Batoshi, and Paul Dunn, they have done a great job. And I know that our engineers have enjoyed working side by side with them, literally, every day over the last several years to make this project a success. Congratulations to the SSL team of engineers and technicians led by Ben Randolph. All your work over the last few years has really paid off. We'd also like to thank Stefan and the entire Arianespace team. The team here at the launch base and everyone supporting them is really professional, and they performed flawlessly as always. We're happy to continue our cooperation with Arianespace, as now we've launched 58 satellites on Arianespace vehicles. 8 of those were launched just this year, including the 4 tonight. We're looking forward to the successful launch of SkyMuster 2, which is a large satellite already here being prepped for an Ariane 5 launch very soon. Congratulations also to PERUSAT on your first Earth observation satellite for your country. That's certainly an enormous milestone. We're proud to have shared with you your event tonight. You know, SSL has a saying that we're committed to building space systems that improve the human experience. And I think the satellites delivered into orbit tonight certainly are examples of that. We're happy to be part of it. So thank you again, Terra Bella and Google, for your trust and support. We're looking forward to more successful launches of SkySats and to help you expand your constellation further. Thanks.
Bonsoir. Alors c'est une chronologie parfaite.
Good evening. So, a perfect countdown, perfect mastery with the teams. I think we've just experienced something outstanding tonight. A fabulous launch, an amazing launch with a perfect launch vehicle, reliable and simple. Vega is its name. We know that it's a launch vehicle that works well and demonstrates the fantastic reliability of solid fuels, of which we have great mastery in Europe. I was talking earlier about what we achieved last year, the ARTA test on the test pad, and that is a true demonstration of the technological advances that we've achieved in Europe. I would like to start by congratulating the European solid propellant industry, Mr. Renzo from Avio, Europropulsion, Regulus, who are in this room. Well done, because this increases the capacities, the possibilities for the development of future space activities. I would also like to congratulate the European Space Agency through its Launch Vehicle Directorate, Arianespace, which had perfect control and mastery of the launch, as usual, and CNES, the launch certification body of CNES in particular. So all of this was perfectly orchestrated with the CSG teams here in Kourou. CNES, Arianespace, the ESA, but also the various industrialists. So well done to all of you for the great success of this launch. But also, congratulations to Arianespace's clients, Terra Bella, Google, SSL, the 4 satellites, which are going to be developing capacities of Google Earth capacities. I'm sure that we'll be seeing the pictures very quickly from these sats, and we're going to, what we're seeing emerging is the new space. When Luc Vincent was reading his speech, he had a phone from which he read his speech, and I have a few handwritten notes, so there you go. We are really well and truly in the 21st century now with its modern means of communication. Congratulations to Airbus, to CONIDA in Peru, which has developed its own Earth observation satellite, which has an imagery center. I was quite impressed by what was shown earlier. We have an imaging center here, and I very much hope that someday we will have the opportunity to cooperate in that field, because what I saw, Peru, 60% of Amazon rainforest, and Guyana is about 100% almost of rainforest. I would also like to point out the fact that CSG is a high-performance tool. A high-performance tool only through its clients, because we are aiming for excellence. Excellence in services, excellence in availability and reliability. And that is to better address the needs of our clients. And I hope that they are appreciative of the tool, because we work hard to make the best tool possible available to Arianespace and its clients. So tonight is a bit of a special moment for me, because it's my final launch as a head of the CSG, 68 launches over a period of 4 years. A very enriching and exciting experience, and I'd like to express a few thanks now. My first thanks go to the European Space Agency, because they were the perfect, reliable, infallible partner who have always been by our side. And through this partnership, CSG strengthened. Thanks in particular to the Launch Vehicle Directorate, to Gael Winters, who is in charge and who's leaving too. But I think that if one of the reasons for our success was the perfect cooperation between our teams and a truly optimal way of working together. Many thanks too to Arianespace, to Stéphane. He's a great guy. And he said some very fine words that I found very touching. Thanks also to Louis Laurent, Patrick Loire, who spent a few years here, Bruno Gérard, who will pick up where I left off. I know that in Europe it's already 3 a.m., so I'm going to try not to be too long. So thanks, everyone. At the CSG, we often say that we're a family. I would say that we're more like a strange couple. It's very animated, of course. With Arianespace, sometimes things were a little bit bumpy. We had many heated discussions. Sometimes we'd agree, sometimes not. But I think what we were all trying to achieve is to be the best. And all of this was done with deep respect for the people and the acknowledgement of each part's competence and excellence. So many thanks for these years, these exciting years that I spent here. With the European Space Agency, with Arianespace, with CNES, we have developed a fantastic and amazing tool for Europe, which has proven its efficiency. It's both a technical efficiency, but also an economic efficiency. And we will demonstrate this launch after launch, and we will make progress. And all of this happens with a single team, the CSG team. Let me not forget, of course, the industrial partners who work on the base, because without these teams who bring us their know-how and their skills and their availability, thanks to them, we can offer this full service. Many thanks to the government, the prefect here, represented by Laurent Lenoble in this room, because the government has worked hand in hand with us. It hasn't always been simple to operate this spaceport, and the French government has worked hard and has always been by our side to help us to develop and grow this business. Many thanks to the Army too, and to other public services. I would also like to pay tribute to Guyana, because the spaceport, the European spaceport, cannot develop without the country, the territory in which it is based being developed too. And thank you to all the local authorities in Guyana, allowing us to benefit from all of Guyana's resources. Of course, there is the position on the planet, but there's also the biodiversity, there's also the variety of cultures, and we benefit from that every day. And of course, I will not forget teams at CNES. I have worked with excellence and also selflessness. People give a lot to this territory. They are truly fantastic people, and many thanks also for your professionalism, which I found really outstanding. So, a new chapter of my life is beginning, but things are going to continue for CSG, and with Ariane 6, let me remind you that Ariane 6, a major decision was taken by the European Space Agency Council, the decision to continue the project, and we were really awaiting that decision very eagerly, because it guarantees a brighter future for the space industry in Guyana. So I am leaving the helm, but with a light heart, because I know that my successor will pick up where I left off, will grab the helm, and will succeed in steering this. We need launches, we need Arianespace to go out there and find clients. Stéphane, you were saying earlier that we're aiming for 12, but we're probably going to be able to do more eventually. So CSG is preparing for that. So one thing remains for me to do. Where's my successor? Do you know what this is? It's the keys to the spaceport. So I think I can give him now. Didier, here are the keys to the base. It opens every door, rest assured, including the doors to our hearts. Goodbye.
Thank you, Stéphane, for your nice words. Ladies and gentlemen, the best thing you can do when you are working in Paris, you're trying to solve problems between member states, when you're in council meetings, in program boards, when you have to negotiate with industry about financial problems, when you have to safeguard budget, the best thing you can do is to step out from time to time and go to Kourou, to the CSG. Because then you see the real operations of what you are working on. When you go to this place, and it's my experience every time I came here, that you feel that people are working together, that there is a team that is focused on a result. We know that we have to launch, we know it has to be successful, it has to be on time, and everybody is supporting everybody to make it happen. It's a fantastic experience, and it's even more fantastic when things like this happening, a successful launch, and we have so many successful launches in the years behind us. Tonight with Vega, what can I say, Giulio? It's fantastic. 7 in a row, 100% successful. We can be so proud that we have this little launcher in the family, and it will have a very, very bright future. Now, all that success and the good feeling that we have here in CSG, of course, is also dependent on the work in Paris. And also in Paris, we work as a team. It's a team of ESA, CNES, ASI, the other national agencies, our industrial partners, Arianespace. It's a team that is working every day to support the exploitation of the launch systems here. but it's also a team that's working on the future. And we have to work on the future because otherwise we are lost. We have to work on a future for our launch services, our European launch services, to be more competitive, to have lower cost, to be more competitive on a world market that becomes more and more difficult. We are working on a team there also in Europe. And the future on which we are working is Ariane 6 and VEGA-C. And I can tell you over the last years that I was director of launches, Ariane 6 and VEGA-C were always with me every day. In 2014, when we were preparing the ministerial conference, which was certainly not an easy preparation, but we got an extraordinary decision by the member states at the end of the year that they gave their full support to 2 new launch systems. In 2015, when we had the pleasure of negotiating with industry the contractual basis of the activities, not easy to negotiate with industry, but we were able, together with industry, to finish that and to sign the contracts on time in August 2015. And this year, in 2016, with a very special review asked by our member states with very high requirements, months of work, many people involved. And this week, on Tuesday, the Council decided that that review was the basis for a decision to continue the Ariane 6 program, and by that also guarantee the success of the VEGA-C program. That was a key decision that enables the ambition of Europe in the launcher sector. Very important. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was a pleasure to work on. It's a bit difficult sometimes, but it's a pleasure to work on. With the team, my own team, Mr. Stefano Bianchi, is in the forefront of leading these activities and supporting all the development activities of our new launch systems. It's his people, but the team is the team of ESA, of CNES, of Arianespace, of ASI, and of our industrial partners. It's a pleasure to work there. It's a pleasure to do that, and I wish my successor, Daniel Neuschwander, as much pleasure as I had in all this work. I thank you for that cooperation. I thank the colleagues here at CSG, Bernard Chemoul, thank you for a fantastic cooperation that we had over the years. And thank you for giving me the experience that I belong to a European team that was creating and is creating success. I think CSG is the most visible demonstration of success of Europe in the launcher domain today. And it will be so in the future as well. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Ariane 6 and VEGA-C are coming soon. All the best, and thank you very much.
Dear customers, this was a special evening because it's not at each launch that we have to celebrate, but the departure of 2 very good friends such as Bernard and Gaëlle, and I think it was normal to take time in front of our customers and to pay our tribute. And so now we will come back to the Guiana Space Center on October the 4th with Ariane 5. And it will be a very important launch for 2 reasons. First, because we will have top satellites and top customers. We will launch for India, for ISRO, which is a long-lasting partner of Arianespace, and for Australia, the project NBN, SkyMaster 2. So it will be a very important launch because it's not at each launch that we deliver for 2 huge countries such as India and Australia. But moreover, if everything is on track, and everything will be on track, we should equal, during this next launch, the record which has been achieved by Ariane 4, 74 successes in a row. So this is the objective. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and have a good end of evening. Thank you very much.
So some emotional moments with the departure of Bernard Chemoul and Gaëlle Winters. Did you get the answer to the quiz question? Total mass of the satellites launched by Vega? The answer, 7.3 tons. We don't have time to list them all. Sentinel, IXV, Proba 5, but believe me, 7.3 tons. If you got the answer, give yourselves a round of applause. You'll get to watch a last launch replay. And we will bid you goodbye. Our next flight, as Stefan Israel mentioned on October 4th, will be here, and we hope you will be too. From Kourou, the big news, Arianespace is once again delivered on our 7th flight of the year with the 7th Vega mission, 4 SkySats, and PERUsat beginning life tonight. Congratulations to everyone involved. Our next flight, as Stefan Israel mentioned, October 4th, will be here, and we hope you will be too. Till then, on behalf of everybody here at the Space Base, Joshua Jampel saying thank you for being with us. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to being with you next time. Goodbye, everybody.